Hello everyone, welcome to Sunburned Albino Plays Slay the Spire, Episode 1. If you don't know, Slay the Spire is an early access game. It's been out for, I think it's like a week or a couple weeks or something. But I just got it yesterday, and I was gonna do like one run, and then I played for like 3 hours, so I was like, yeah, I'm 100% hooked on this game. I watched Northern Lion play it, and I bought it instantly, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna do this. So, Slay the Spire is kind of like Darkest Dungeon. That's what it most reminds me of. We're just gonna pick the first character for now, just to start with. There's there's 3 in the early access build. Or maybe the third one can't be unlocked yet. It's possible, but they will be like adding stuff. So, you know, we're just gonna talk to like this giant fortress whale. It says talk and choose. Oh, okay. So we get to... Each run you get to do like a different thing. We can transform a card, max HP plus 8. Ooh. Yeah, give me max HP plus 8, thanks. Alright, so we've got our map here. Now what you do is you start on one of these starting points. You can see the legend right here. We got unknowns, which do random things. We got merchants, where you can buy cards. Treasures, where you can get relics and gold and stuff. You got rest, where you can recover your HP. And then we have enemies, and we have elite enemies. And elite enemies are hella strong, but they'll give you relics that'll help you do stuff. So if we're just looking at this, there's a shop on the left part, but not on the right, at least right away. So I'm gonna start here. And then we'll just get right into combat. We're gonna start by absolutely destroying this thief. So let's talk about the UI. What's going on here? You see we got 3 energy here. Cards require energy to play. You see the corresponding energy amount at the top left. That's how much energy they will cost. Up here, we've got HP, we got 88 of that, we got our 99 gold that we can use to buy stuff from like merchants and stuff. We've got potion slots, we don't have any potions yet, but we will. Oh, I promise you we will. Over here we have the draw pile, and over here we have the discard pile. Once you run out of cards in the draw pile, you will draw from the discard pile. But cards in the discard pile cannot be used until they are added back into your draw pile. So, you play cards to do damage. We see this dude is a looter. And you can see the little indicator up here. It's aggressive. The enemy intends to attack for 10 damage. They tell you what they're gonna do, which is very nice. They let you provide, or they let you, you know, like, plan accordingly. So we're gonna play 2 defend cards, which will give us 10 block, and that will negate his damage completely. And then you can also see down here that he steals 15 gold whenever he attacks. And then we're gonna do just a simple strike for 6 damage. And then we'll end our turn because we're out of energy. And then even cards you don't play, they all go in the discard pile, which is very important. You always draw a brand new set of cards, no matter what. So we only have 1 defend card, so we're going to take 5 damage. But we get to do 12. And we'll end our turn. Alright. And then our soldier dude has a little special ability. I guess this is technically a relic, since it goes in the relic slot. It's like each character starts with their own relic. But yeah, at the end of combat, heal 6 HP. I used to think this meant at the end of every turn, you heal 6 HP, and I was like, well, that's incredible, but it's not. Just at the end of each fight. So you're gonna do 12 damage now. And we do have 2 defends that we could do for another strike afterwards. We also have this bash card, which deals 8 damage and applies to vulnerable, which is a stat debuff. So he would take 50% more damage from subsequent attacks for 2 turns. But it costs 2 energy to play, and I wanted to heal, or defend as much damage as possible. So we end our turn. Whether we played the cards or not, they go in the discard pile. So we have a total of 10 cards in our deck as it starts right now. 5 are in discard and 5 are in our hand. And it's pretty much all defends and strikes with that like 1 bash that we have. So now that instead of attacking, he's going to block on this turn. And it's actually important to note that the enemy will never do the same thing more than 3 times in a row. So I think that was his 3rd attack in a row, so he has to switch to block, even if he didn't want to. Alright, so because he's blocking, it's pointless for us to block, because he's not going to do any damage to us. So we just do our 3 strikes, and you're out, except he's still alive. But he won't be soon. So he gave himself 6 block. We're just gonna have to break through that which we totally can. And also, he's gonna try and escape now, because he's a thief, and he's a little bitch. So that's what he does. So yeah, we got a basic deck so far, but each time you defeat an enemy, you get to add a card to your deck of your choosing from the 3 that they present to you. So we have Pommel Strike, which you deal 9 damage and draw 1 card, which is good. It's better than Strike, and it lets you draw a card. Or Flex lets you gain 2 strength at the end of the turn, lose 2 strength, so basically it's just 2 strength for 1 turn, and it costs 0 energy, so you can just play that, and then, you know, do your turn as normal. Or we have True Grit, excuse me, which gives you 7 block, and then you have to exhaust a random card in your hand. And if you exhaust a card, that card is removed until the end of the combat and cannot be recovered. There are some relics that like make exhausting cards super good, and I did beat this game once with something like that. I'm gonna go for Pommel Strike, because it does extra damage and lets us draw. And drawing a card, especially if you use it at the beginning of the turn, it could give you a card that you didn't have before. That would be real helpful for the rest of that turn. Okay, so we are coming across this. You find a shimmering mass of light encompassing the center of the room. Its warm glow and enchanting patterns invite you in. If we enter, we upgrade 2 random cards, but we lose 17 HP. 2 random cards, huh? I really don't think that's worth it. We don't have any good cards yet. I'm just gonna leave. You walk around it, wondering what it could have been, or wondering what could have been. Oh, I know what could have been. They gave me the option just right square in my face of what could have been. But all our cards are basic AF and they're not worth upgrading yet. You don't wanna, you know, take damage upgrading your cards until you get something that's actually worth doing it. So you're gonna attack for 11. We can do 1 defend. I'm gonna start with a Pommel Strike. Does the 9, and it gave me a second defend card, which is exactly why that's good. And then we'll only take 1 damage this turn. Nice. So I'm like super... What are you gonna do? This enemy intends to block and use a buff. He's doing double action? That's some bullshit. So we're gonna bash him to make him vulnerable. Always do that first, you know? You want subsequent attacks to be done while he's vulnerable, don't you? Yes, you indeed do. So our 6 turns into a 9, and we end our turn. But yeah, I am enamored with this game. I very much enjoy it. I like card-based games. I mean, you know how I feel about Yu-Gi-Oh! It's super good. Alright, you're gonna attack for 14 now. So, let's double defend. And then... I mean, we'll use Pommel Strike just because it does more damage. The draw 1 card doesn't matter because I'm going to discard them all anyway. That gave me bash, but we end our turn. All the cards go in the discard. That's why card effects that let you draw cards, and there are some that let you draw a large amount of cards, should always be done near the beginning of the turn if you can. Just so you then have those cards to actually use them. Otherwise, you did it for no reason. Alright, but he did. And we're back up to full health. 18 gold, and we get to add another card. Heavy Blade, deal 14 damage. Strength affects Heavy Blade 3 times. So maybe the... I don't understand this card, really. Maybe the 4th time that you use this card, Strength doesn't affect it? Which means it does like a set amount of damage no matter what. Interesting. And then we have True Grit, which I still don't like. And Thunderclap is real good. Deal 4 damage and apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. I do need some mass hits. Alright, so if we go to the right and get this shop, we're gonna be... Oh, if we go either way, there's an elite enemy regardless, so... Yeah, I think we'll go to the shop here. With only 130 gold, we can't buy, like, the best cards, but we could buy maybe a couple good ones. Oh, Madness is a good card. Blood for Blood. Costs 1 less energy for each time you lose HP in combat, and it deals 16 damage. That's a solid card, like, later into the fight. Lose 3 HP and deal 14 damage? No thanks. Dual Wield is meh. Dual Wield Plus is pretty good. Seeing Red is a good card. Feel no pain, power. Whenever a card is exhausted, gain 4 block. That would be good if we had a bunch more cards to combine with it. What is thinking ahead? Oh, we can't buy it. Well, shoot. And then we've also got, like, these potions that we could buy. Fire potions deal 20 damage. You know, you either throw the potion or you drink it yourself. You can gain block. You can deal 10 damage to all enemies. I'm gonna get Seeing Red. I will also get Blood for Blood. Blood for Blood probably won't be... Like, if you start combat with that card, it's probably not going to be that good. And you won't even be able to use it for the most part, probably. But, you know, as you continue to draw it, as you take HP damage, could turn into being hella good. Alright, you're going to do 12. We can only defend 5 of that if we were going to bother defending it at all. I'm gonna Thunderclap you, then we'll Pommel Strike. Oh, and yet they gave us Blood for Blood, which we can't do anything with. I could strike him. He's only gonna be vulnerable for this turn. It'll do 9 damage. You'll be left with 20. Or do we defend for like the 5 damage that will help us not take? I'd rather strike him, because that way it's likely that we kill him on the next turn. And then, overall, we will take less damage across the fight. Alright, does 8 damage applies to vulnerable. This will not kill. So I guess that was a mistake. Let's double defend and strike. Alright, now, like, for sure he'll die on the next turn. Hyo! Alright, you're only going to do 7, but you're also going to inflict a negative status effect on me. Or at least you think you are, because I'm going to use Blood for Blood, and you're dead. I took 2 separate instances of HP damage, and it, in turn, only costed me 2 energy. Alright, Feel No Pain, Body Slam. Body Slam is not very good. At least, well, it depends on your deck. All these cards depend on your deck. We could go for another Pommel Strike, which I think I will. Then now we have to fight an elite enemy. And they could... Oh, I've never seen this one. And I've done a few runs. Alright, you're going to use a buff, so we don't need to worry about defending. I could use Seeing Red to give me some more energy, which I will. And then that exhausts that card. It'll never show up again for this combat. We'll use Pommel Strike to try and draw another card. Blood for Blood's not gonna work out. But we did like a quarter of his health. And block only lasts for 1 turn, which is why it's pointless to do it this time around. But I'll do it just to show you. Yeah, block has gone away. You're gonna do 14 damage. What did you just do to yourself? Whenever I play a skill, this thing gains 2 strength. Well, defend is a skill. That's very unfortunate. So the more I defend, the stronger your attack actually becomes. Well, doesn't that just piss you off? Let's Thunderclap him then. Let's go full DPS. Ah, you gave me Bash, but I can't use it. Not yet, anyway. Gains 2 strength, right? Yeah, so that'll increase his damage from 14 to 16. So if we play Defend, we're really only going to block 3 damage overall. Base damage, that is. Just go ahead, have at me. See if you kill me before I kill you. The answer is it ain't gonna happen. You're gonna negative effect and attack me. Well, I'm gonna bash you. So you can suck on that. Look who's vulnerable now. I'm gonna strike you as well. And you're gonna be dead next turn. That's an albino guarantee. Alright, you made me vulnerable. But it don't matter. You think you're gonna do 21 damage, but you're actually, like, just toast. You are just toast. There's 13, and you're dead. Pretty solid. Oh, we got a Whetstone. That's right, killing elite enemies always grants you a relic. Relics are persistent active effects. Upon pickup, upgrade 2 random attack cards. Okay, we got Strike. Oh, I'm glad Thunderclap got done. Strike is kind of a bogus card to upgrade, but that's fine. We could get another Seeing Red. Searing Blow is alright. It's kind of not worth the energy until you upgrade it a few times. But I'm gonna go Seeing Red again. The more Seeing Reds you have, I mean, that's just more cards you can play right in a row. Alright, let's go to the question mark. A strange blue humanoid with a golden helm approaches you with a huge smile.
Hello, friend. I am Cleric. Are you interested in my services?
The creature shouts loudly. Okay, we could heal 22, which is literally exactly how much health we lost, for 35 gold. Or we can remove a card from my deck, which sounds, if you don't know, it sounds pretty bad. But sometimes you get like these status affliction cards that if you draw them, just bad things happen, and you'd want those out of your deck. But we don't have any of those yet, so I will just take my full health and leave, and we have no gold to come here, so I'm just gonna pass you by. Sorry to say, but we get our chest. Let's see, what direction is best to go here? I would like to fight this elite enemy, actually. Since we're in a pretty good spot. You can now remove cards from your deck at campfires. I mean, that's not useful now, but I guess it could be. Yeah. Okay, so you can either rest to gain HP, you can upgrade a card in your deck, or you can remove a card from your deck now. I'm gonna upgrade because we have full health, naturally. What if I upgrade Seeing Red? Oh, it makes it cost nothing. That's really good. Yep, give me that. Brilliance! Wish I could do it twice. Alright, we're finally starting to fight multiple enemies at once. It's time. Now these guys all negate one debuff. I'm gonna use Thunderclap because that will ruin that. Alright. They will no longer negate things. And then we should probably defend against this guy's attack. The rest of these guys are going to negatively affect me. Deal 9 damage. Might as well just deal 9 damage then. Oh, you guys are giving me wound cards. See, these would be examples of cards you want to get rid of. Because if you draw them, you just can't do anything with them. They're just there to take up space. But you see they all went in my discard pile, so we don't actually have any chance to draw them yet until we run out of cards over here. So that's good to know. Now, we've taken 1 HP damage instance, which is why Blood for Blood is 3 instead of 4 now, but that's still not good enough. You're gonna attack for 16 total. I think we kinda gotta do that. It's never good to stall for the most part. Especially when the other team, you know, they use the buffs and stuff. And you guys are all gonna cause wound to me right now, aren't you? Yeah, you're trying. Alright, Seeing Red. This will allow me... Oh, I could do it twice. But there's no reason to do it twice because we can't draw more cards. I will bash this man, and then you will die. You will not die. Now you will die. That was a gigantic waste of Seeing Red, but I guess it's fine. I mean, you still needed it to work, but... What is that, like 8 now? We have 8 wound cards, and now we can draw them at any point. But yeah, can't do anything with wound. Blood for Blood is now 2. You guys will attack for 16. That does 16 damage. Plus 9 is almost 28. Oh! it's 27. I can kill this one. No, I can't. I don't know how math works. Alright, we're gonna take some damage here. Alright, let's Thunderclap. That'll kill you, make you vulnerable. And then with Pommel Strike and Strike, you're gonna die. Yes, for sure. This time my math was correct. Ahaha! Alright, 35 gold. Ooh, Lantern is so good. Gain energy on the first turn of each combat. Very nice to start with. Corruption. Skills cost 0. Whenever you play a skill, exhaust it. That's not... I don't like that. Headbutt is alright. It's pretty acceptable. I don't think I want more than one Blood for Blood in my hand. Oh, this question mark was another chest? Give me that relic. At the start of each combat, add a random colorless card to your hand. I don't know what a colorless card is, but I'm sure I'll find out. We don't need to rest, but we could upgrade a card. Or we could come over here, or we could come over here. Let's come here and upgrade a card. I don't know which one yet, but maybe if we upgrade Blood for Blood. What does that do? Oh, it turns it into 3 inherently, and then also ups its damage a little bit. That's pretty cool. Or we could upgrade our other Seeing Red. And the reason you're not seeing the other Seeing Red is because you can only upgrade cards once. Unless it says otherwise. So it's just not an option. What is Headbutt? Only just does that. Upgrade Seeing Red again for sure. You can never have too much energy. Although now at this point it would help if we had cards that allowed us to draw more cards. That would make a lovely synergy. We just got Mind Blast. Oh, this is a colorless card. Deal damage equal to the number of cards in your draw pile. That's fucking 12. You want to do like 12 damage right off the bat to one of these dudes? Alright then. I like random colorless cards then. This is a good relic. Alright, we don't need to use Seeing Red. And because this card exhausts, if you don't use it, it won't exhaust automatically. It'll still go in your discard. So you definitely don't want to use exhaustible cards unless it is the right moment. Let's draw a card. Oh, Thunderclap. Man, so close. I mean, we could have used Seeing Red now. In fact, we still can. Give us a little bit of extra so we can defend for some of that. That worked out fine. And you're dead. And we're gonna gain 6 HP, so overall during that fight we gained 2 HP. And we got a Poison Potion. Poison's a very good status effect. They lose HP at the start of their turn. Each turn the poison is reduced by 1, but it starts at like 6, so it's pretty solid poison. Deal 2 damage 4 times, exhaust. Another Thunderclap would be real nice. Deal 12 damage and apply weak. Weak, obviously. They deal less damage. I want another Thunderclap. It's too good. Now we're gonna come upon the big boss here. I wonder if it's even worth just resting for 12 HP when we could upgrade something fairly necessary. Like if we could upgrade Thunderclap. If it applied 2 vulnerable, that would be great. We could upgrade Bash. Would be solid. I think we should do that, yeah. Now it applies vulnerable for 3 turns, and it's gonna be good. Let's do this. Now this is the final boss of the floor. There's 3 floors in the early access build. I don't know if that's subject to change. So, like, a whole playthrough of this, if you win, can take a pretty long time. Which is why I'd be ending the episode after this. Okay. So we can give you 2 vulnerable right off the bat for 0, which is solid. This enemy's intentions are unknown. I don't think I've seen the Hexaghost before. Although it does kind of look familiar. Unless it's the one that, like, burns you, in which case I have seen it before. Definitely. Deal 9 damage, draw 1 card. They gave us Bash, which means we do want to use Seeing Red so that we can afford... Now he's going to be vulnerable for 5 turns. This is super solid. And just use Strike. And then defend for no reason and end our turn. Yes, sir, it is that. Also, yeah, he's doing 7 times 6 damage, which is too much damage. It's 42 damage. That is too much damage. Have I mentioned it's too much damage? I gotta do this because I gotta use all this. We're only gonna block 5 of that damage. But we're gonna do a solid amount of damage to him. We might lose, just because our deck is really just not good enough yet for an enemy like this. Yeah, that was like half my health. Now you're only gonna do 5 times 2. You're still vulnerable for 3 turns. I don't think we need to waste a Thunderclap yet. We could defend twice. And then use Pommel Strike for the extra damage. And you gave me Headbutt, and I can't even use it. Alright, now you're gonna inflict negative effect and attack for 6. Let's use Thunderclap Plus, give another turn of vulnerable. I'd love to keep you vulnerable pretty much the entire fight, if possible. Alright, we'll do that. And then one of our discard, just put it back there. I don't know which one it was. Would have been nice to know. I thought they would tell me. Let's block. Also, I'm gonna throw this poison at you. Should have done that a while ago. Oh, also, I'm gonna throw this weak potion at you. Didn't even know we had it. Yeah. Definitely save your potions for the elite enemies. Or the giant bosses. You're putting a burn card in my discard? Oh, and this card comes back every time. That's nice. Alright. Let's give you 2 more turns of vulnerable, shall we? Keep the Pommel Strike going. Vulnerable doesn't... Like, it's... The effects stack, but not the effect. Just the duration stacks. So, like, using vulnerable here, like, all it does is just add to the turn counter. Which is still real good. But you can't, you know, spam it for ridiculous damage like you want to. Alright, you're gonna buff and block. And... that probably means that next turn you're gonna do a lot of damage to me. Oh, 5 times 2 is not bad. We've taken enough damage that Blood for Blood costs nothing, which this is where it shines, I suppose. Alright, we broke your block and did extra damage there. You can see the green part of this health bar is how much damage the poison will do. Strike for 13. You can see that, like, if you look down, that it, like, goes... The green is your altered damage based on, like, the enemy stats and stuff. So that's good to know. Like, keep that in mind that it changes only after you've targeted the enemy. Alright, that's painful. But it's fine. 7 times 2, weakened has worn off. If we can do it to you again, that would be nice. Bash Plus is really not necessary. Deal 6 damage or deal 10. Well, I guess we'll do it just because, like, it makes more sense to. You're almost dead. They have not given me defend cards in like a long time. So, you know, this is the pain of childbirth right here. But we also just won, so we're fine. Oh, we got the Ghost achievement unlocked, even though that's not the first time I fought you. Maybe I didn't kill you last time. Maybe you beat my ass, which is possible. Impervious is real good. Fiend Fire is really good if you have the right relic to go with it, which I don't. But I think we need to go Impervious. And then for beating the boss, we get we get to choose our relic. Velvet Choker is good, but by the time you get to the end, it does sort of restrict you because you can't play more than 6 cards per turn. Like now, that seems like, well, we never play 6 cards. It's usually like 3 or 4. Once you get up there, like you're gonna start doing some heavy combos, and this will restrict those. Tiny House: obtain 1 potion, gain 30 gold, raise your max HP by 5, and obtain 1 card. I mean, that's pretty solid across the board. Or, max HP is lowered by 20%. Whenever I lose HP, draw 1 card. So 20%, like I don't do math. So, I think we'll go Velvet Choker. Even though it's restrictive, like, I had Velvet Choker during the run that I won all the way through, so that was still fine. I still made it work. Alright, now we're on level 2, the city, and that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe. You know, stick around for more Slay the Spire. You know, it's in early access. They're gonna keep adding stuff to it. It's only gonna get better. And when the full game is released, you know I'm gonna be right there with it. I'm very excited about this game, so I hope you are too. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.